So Michael, CB650R. It's a mid-range bike for the Honda range, perfect for your A2 licence holder now. So someone stepping up from maybe a 125, having had their CBT, done their licence, what would they now be looking for a test ride on a bigger bike?
Sure. Well, it's completely different obviously to a scooter, because you're introducing a gearbox and a clutch, and your rear brake's down there, not on the handlebars. So something like a 650 with its inline 4, you've got a great deal of character through the engine, so that's important to get used to that, especially coming away from a scooter and onto a bigger bike like this. It's still fairly lightweight, so it's still got the agility, it's still got a really dynamic chassis, a great sound, big revs. You know, there's a lot going for it as an entertaining motorcycle, whether you're blasting through the twisties or on a Sunday or going through town. There's a lot of practicality with the 650. And what's important to know is that coming away from a scooter onto something like this, it's getting familiar with that riding position and making sure that you're comfortable with it. Yeah. Because it's one thing looking at a seat height on a spec panel and thinking, oh yeah, I can fit on that, no problem. But it's all about how in which your legs are splayed and whether you're comfortable with your feet on the pegs, like where they are, if you've got problems with your knees, your hips, your legs. Equally reaching for the bars as well and making sure that all the controls are within, making comfortable, making sure that you're comfortable on every kind of ride. There's a degree of practicality with this as well. It might be a naked bike, you might not have much wind protection, but you've still got a low exhaust, you've got plenty of accessibility for pillion. The pillion seat's nice and big. If you want to do a bit of touring, you could easily get a tank bag on the tank or on the seat too.
And with this, obviously, a standard torque control, which can be on or off, ABS,
yeah,
and slipper clutch as well. So
yeah,
maybe key features that wouldn't necessarily be on a 125.
That's right, and adjustable suspension too. If you want to go, if you want a bit techie about it too. So yeah, it does make a big difference from a scooter coming up to a bigger bike like this. But what's great about this 650R is that it's a very easy bike to understand, so it won't take you long to get familiar with it.
So Michael, also someone stepping down maybe from a bigger bike, having had many years on a larger machine, wanting to downsize, presumably this would be good for someone in that position as well.
So yeah, it's a very good point actually, yeah, really good, because you're coming from something with presumably a lot more power or a lot more weight. So again, you've just got to make sure that you're familiarising where this particular bike makes its power in the rev range, whether you want, you're looking at loads of torque or loads of power, or how it reacts to your rider inputs, especially the dynamics of the chassis, where the weight is based. And if it's a much lighter weight machine than one you have been used to, then it's going to accelerate quicker, it's going to brake, you can be able to brake later, and you'll be able to, getting familiar with the dynamics. But also you might be used to a motorbike with a lot more functions, a lot more rider modes, for example, whereas this you can concentrate more on enjoying the actual ride itself.
And something like this will have obviously a very different centre of gravity to it, from either a 125 geared bike, scooter, or from a bigger bike moving down. So is that something that somebody would maybe need to consider? Yeah,
I mean, a scooter to something like this would be much more of a difference than something like an MX125, for example, or a CB650R coming onto something like this, because you're going to be familiar with the basics. You've just got more power and a little bit more weight than a 125, of course. So as soon as you get on the bike, it's about finding your comfort with it and making sure that you can deal with the power and deal with the reaction of the engine and the performance of the bike.